So reporting, we'll cover that. What is report? So we'll log in a what do you call IE browser, because I remember last time we had an issue. Thank you, John. Normally, I like Salesforce thing because you memorize most of the thing. So I was looking, where is my URL? You all should have URL now. You say, last week I missed it. What happened? I hope you have watched recording, right? I hope you created an account. If you have not created an account, you may want to watch recording right now because you will have a little bit of time later. Work with your group, right? So I'm going to log in. Because I do practice and some of the objects I might have. So don't worry. If I have objects, I'll delete it. So right now, don't worry about an account. Everyone is able to log in right now, right? Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, I have done some preliminary exercise. So I'll remove my object. The only two things you need to know in order to learn Salesforce. If you ask me, it's so easy to learn Salesforce because what happened with my Zoom? Give me a second. My Zoom is not working. Salesforce has two important aspects, and that one important aspect is object manager. So you will have fun when you do object manager. I like to learn easy way. I don't like to learn hard way. So it takes me time to make my own style, right? Because every time you learn Salesforce, people teach tutorial, but at the same time, they have to give you more knowledge, right? So this is your, most of the time you will be doing this. This is your building activity, which is sometimes we call admin activity. You build here, right? You build all your raw materials here. So any database work you do here. And when you come here, this is called app launcher here. App launcher where you see the application. This is the finished good. So sometime in industry we call FG. Finished good means a real application. But this application built through object manager. So you can't go to application launcher and try to see the application. You have to build it. So it's going to take time to build the application. So let's click on Object Manager and click on Setup. Make sure you follow now. Click on Object Manager, click on Setup. Trust me, you will have fun as long as you pay attention and do not do multitasking, especially when steps are sequential. Almost all steps are sequential. So I'm afraid like if one step doesn't work, we'll have problem, right? So Object, State, Setup. When you click on Setup, you will see left navigation. Quite a large navigation you will see here. That's a menu. The screen will refresh and you will see here left menu. Am I right? You will have lots of options. Again, sometimes it's scary. It takes time to understand lots of things, but you don't have to spend tremendous time. Some of the things will be done by system admin, like example, user creation. User is individual. Then there is we talk about called profile. So profile means you give a permission. So many users can have same profile. So profile, you give permission. What can you do? What can you not do? Right? That's the profile part. So right now we are here. The first thing we want to do is we want to create our objects. In order to create objects, first go to our Google class. Go to Google class, and I have added lab files. If you are able to see that.
Yeah.
Last time we learned a technique that if you click here directly, it opens right away. So we'll right click and new tab. We'll open a new tab. Right. So we're gonna right click. Right now for time being, you don't need to open all. We'll take customer and customer account. So we'll right click. These are others are from your practice. So right click and open in a new window. First, no, my mistake. Customer, customers and customer account. We'll do this. You guys can to practice later about other because we'll run out of time if I do all. So right click on a customer and open a new tab, and right click on a customer account, open a new tab. So you can see right click, right? Sometimes it's difficult. Right click, open a new tab, right click, open a new tab. As you can see that my both tabs are open, and as soon as it opens, I just need to click on the download button and I can download it. Easy. You guys agree? Straightforward, no problem at all. Go to another tab and you download another file. Simple, easy. You just need to click on this download button and you can download. Please understand, this data I created because we can save some time. But you can create your data through ChatGPT and all. More data you have is better. Okay? So that part is good. At this moment, any questions? People on phone, give me thumbs up if you're with me. Good, very good. Thank you. Thank you. Joe, thank you. Again, every few minutes I'll take a pause just to make sure you catch it. Kathy, let us smile. If you're not able to do, stop your computer, work with someone, but make sure you pay attention. Okay. It's a Mac versus window, you don't have to find. You have to find work, right? Somehow you need to make work. All computers are window. Maybe work with someone so at least you can see the exercise, right? Good so far?
Yes.
Okay. Now, at this moment, if you go to download folder, you will see both files here. Make sure you have both files in your download folder. So if I go to my date modified, and should be able to see my both files. Second, here we go, and I can see my both files. At this moment, any questions, concerns now?
No.
They both are kind of what I'm trying to do. I'm going to create a ER diagram. One customer has many accounts. That's all I'm trying to do. Okay. Though I wanted to do a lot more, but again, I tried at home. It takes a long time. So I want to do bank. Bank has many customers. Do you guys agree on that?
Yes.
A customer has account, and account has many transactions. But you will get the point. If I do two tables, then same thing you can do for rest of the table. Okay. So that part is good. I think we are moving along. Now here, click on Object Manager. Search here. Type Object Manager. Object Manager. This is your best friend. Anytime you have a problem, you most likely somehow will become Object Manager. Here you created data or objects. So click on Object Manager. When you click on Object Managers, you will see the screen and where we are. I already might have, if I have not deleted, I'll delete my old objects because I do a lot of practice. So I click on it and I think I have. I'm going to delete. You don't have to do anything. Please don't do anything because if I have it, it will cry and unnecessarily it will create a problem. So I'm just deleting. Yeah, good so far. So now you do not have any object because I use word my. Why I use my? Because customer is a standard object and our is a custom object. I don't want to create a conflict, so I use my customer account. Now click on this create, and there is an option here, create from spreadsheet, just like last time we did. Shouldn't have much problem. Now I have done all work for you, so you won't have to have problem because I tested everything, making sure data is in good quality data. Here it will ask you to log in, right? Okay. Hopefully you should be able to log in. Okay, and we are in. And you will see screen like this, right?
Yes.
We noticed like last week we had a problem with Google Chrome versus Microsoft Edge. Looks like Edge is working fine. Always remember Microsoft Edge works fine. But this thing, overall Google works, okay? Now we're gonna upload. Make sure you see on the screen. We're gonna upload one by one. So you can see upload. Click on upload. And when you click on upload, you select my custom. Please understand, we are selecting the CSV file. It does not like Excel file. That's why it's very important you have select CSV file. So when you double click on CSV file, it will give you the data and data related fields. You can see I have quite a good field. CID, first name, last name, address, city, state. Agree? Right. If it is working, little smile on your face, so at least I know. I'm seeing this group and pretending that online group is also doing good. If I see scary face here, I understand online student will have also problem. Okay, so while you're here, you are kind of giving me clue, right? I always believe when you smile, your facial reaction will be better. But when you're scary, it will be a little bit awkward. So have smile. Somebody said that when you smile more, you live longer also. Okay. Now, in this exercise, we are going to do next. We're going to do next. We're going to click on next. So when you click on next, it will show what table you are creating. I have done all proper naming convention. We don't have to change anything. Or label will be my customer and ruler. If you want to write like that, if you want to write S extra, that's fine, right? Nothing, no need to change. If you want to write object descriptions, you can say customer information, right? Whatever you want. This is can be changed later also. So it's not like end of the world. Oh my God, I forgot. Good. Now finished. Do you think it's hard?
No.
Most of the time, I will say 30 to 40% of the time, you will be doing this activity. Why? Because every day you will have marketing data, sales data, invoice data, customer data, order data, complaint data, leads data. You will be doing it. Now, this is required skill. People say, I don't know. It's just 2 minutes activity, right? You don't have to do much. Sometimes you may need to work on data. So I'll give you a clue. Just please pay attention. You don't have to do anything. I'm going to show you a clue. Right click on my customer. You don't have to do anything. And I'm opening in Notepad for demonstration purpose. You might notice that I have created data with double quotation. What I did is, if I do not do double quotation, and if address has a comma, then it will create a problem. To solve that problem, entire address is in double quotation. So even though I have comma, it will not treat it as a new column. So I did this thing because I did all massage. So the numeric value is not in double quotation, but spelling, dates, all are in double quotation. So it does properly. Most of the time you will have error. Like example, you have 100 records, but you are only able to import 85 records. Why? Because you have some errors, and that's not acceptable. So you may need to do correction of data. I found interesting. Let me show you something. Let's say I missed the comma. Just an example. Okay. And if I do this, I'm sure I will have error. So now you have a tool called ChatGPT, which is simple, right? You use ChatGPT, right? I show you ChatGPT. And here you just say fix it. That's all. There is no need to cry. You don't know how to fix it, right? One thing I always tell people, use tool, right? So you just say fix this. You don't have to tell anything. Fix this and just do Control V and it will do for you. Hard? No, right? But don't cry, please, because it's pretty hard to do manually when you're talking about millions of records. Yes or no? But this way, it's pretty easy, right? It will figure it out and it will fix it. Look at that, it did it, and it tells me that. Pretty good. How important the AI is, extremely important. And this is where the tool is. But if you don't use AI, you end up spending a lot of time. You got the point. Now, this is done. I'm going to click one more time, and I'm going to create another object. Same thing for my customer account. So let's go here. Make sure you see on screen, upload. When you click on upload, you will say my customer account, and double click on it, and you can see all the columns here. And most important thing is the data types. In case if you find data type is mismatched, you may need to correct, but I have done all homework. So data type is well defined. You can see based on balance, decimal, dates, it's pretty good. Yes or no? Everything is well defined. And because it's well defined, you don't have a problem. But in case if you have garbage type of data, you may need to clean up and all those extra work required. But once you have good data, you just import it. Sometimes you may not have columns and all, so you have choice to, if you want to skip anything, not skip anything. If you want to have anything detect automatically manually, you can do that also. So if you want to do manually, you can do mapping. But if you have good data, it does automatically everything. Now next, and finish. I can give here just plural, and I'll say customer accounts. Customers accounts data. So I give all information and I finish. At this moment, our step 1 is done. You guys agree? We created tables, we have records. Any questions so far? See guys, in your project, you should do 7 tables. So this step is done. Now we are moving to the schema building. Please understand each step I'm walking you through. So when you watch recording, if I ask you, if you are not watching recording, technically recording will be deleted in a couple of weeks. So you won't have opportunity. And recording, in my understanding, is very important because in college you go, right? You don't get first time knowledge, and then you're worried. Here you go home, you're recording, you can practice, right? That's why we give recording. No one in the world will give you recording. Why? Because recording means digital rights we are giving you, which is itself is a huge thing. People charge for that. We are not. Why? We want you to use it. Make sense or not? This is one of the best way you can practice. But when you do the project, focus on 7 tables. So everything you have practice. And you are 7 people, then everyone can divide and conquer also. And good news, in Salesforce, you have one account, you can create users, and users can able to log in. Again, if you cannot do shares, string sharing also fine. Please understand, one person's Salesforce account, if person create user and invite you, you can also log in. So concurrently you can work. At same time, 7 people can work also. Make sense? And our company, almost 800 plus people are working at the same time. And Salesforce can support million users at the same time. Okay? It is a cloud platform, so it scale automatically. Good. So now let's go to second point. It will take few minutes, and every time you do, give me thumbs up, so we will be fine. So now I'm done. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to the previous tab. Salesforce, keep opening the tab. So check out where your object manager is there. So if I click here, I think I have object manager here, and I'm going to click on setup. So see here, make sure you know how to navigate there. It has nothing to do with Salesforce, right? And now you're going to click on setup, and you're back to business. Can I count everyone is here?
Yes.
Right? Now, this here we're going to search schema builder. So let's use schema and press enter. You can search schema, and you should see somewhere schema builder. So you can write schema builder. Good. This will take hardly 5 minutes. So it's pretty easy. Make sure you pay attention. Schema builder. Schema builder is nothing but creating ER diagram. Ideally, when you do objects, immediately create schema builder, because pane you saw last time. After you add columns, it's pretty hard because you have to go through a lot of tech changes. I found it very easy if you do all properly. Then first attempt, if you do right, it's easy. If you try to change something, man, it takes time. So here, I'm going to schema builder. I am trying to establish relationship. So first, you will see, if you are seeing lots of objects, do clear all. So you have nothing. Okay, make sure you clear all. So when you clear all, nothing is there. Now, in all objects, select custom object. In all objects, select custom object. Easy, right? Because our work will be always custom objects. And in custom objects, we are only going to focus 2 objects which we work on. In your project, you will do 7. After checking that, you select both table line. Make sense? Easy, right? Now here, the only thing we are going to look for is, how do we establish relationship? Customer account come first or customer come first? Customer. So if we draw the navigation, it will look like 1 to many. Am I right? Yes or no? So in order to establish the relationship, we're going to click on elements. Click on elements. And when you click on elements, you have all the options available, tons of options available. You can do, when you do the project, feel free and add any vertical columns you want. I have noticed that if you have data appropriately, no problem. But let's say you don't have data and you want to calculate data, there is a concept called formula. Now, in this exercise, just an example, I have that's a balance, right? And if I want to calculate something from balance, like example, balance minus something, or balance multiply something, or balance plus something, then I can use formula. I drag and drop. So anytime you enter this value, automatically calculated this value. So in case if you want to do. So that's interesting. You may often use in your real life. So example, your salary plus commission, then your total pay will be different. So salary plus commission, total pay. That's called custom formula. Last week, if you remember, we did a pick list. Pick list means drop down box. So if you have something like that, again, if you have like resumes and all, you can use this one. Most of the things are pretty easy and clear, right? Right now, what we are going to do, we're going to drag the local lookup and plug it here. Anywhere, doesn't matter. So we're going to drag and drop lookup. Please understand, this is my customer account. So drag and drop lookup. So I'm going to put it back at the bottom. So it's easier for me. Lookup. Let me repeat one more time. Drag and drop, right? External mouse really helps. Yes or no? Yeah. And now you're here. So now what you're dragging and dropping. So hey, I'm dragging and dropping a column called customer. I'm dragging customer. So here I'll say the field name. I'll say customer. I'll just say customer. And field name is customer. Now here, related to, So I will use my customer. You have to type my, and you will see my customer like this. So please understand, here I type my and I get my customer. These are something, whatever you want to write. This will be a column added into customer account. Please understand, you can add any column, so no problem. Good so far?
Yes. Yeah.
Now, I will just say save. So at this moment, links will be established. You will have nice one-to-many relations. Any questions, concerns now? Good?
Yes.
Right. Everyone is doing good. Right? I'm not going extremely fast, but I have to go reasonably so we can complete the exercise. So at this moment, we establish the relationship. So I want to say congratulations. You just did second step. Now we're going to move for next called page layout. But before page layout, I need to do application. So now real interesting part starts because initial was data setup, which we have. Now onwards, if I make any change, it will be a little bit hard. Why? Because I have to keep changing a lot of things. Ideally, make sure your data and table structure is proper before you move forward. So if you have to make corrections, drop it, recreate, but create data structure properly. After that, if you go, it will be unnecessary lot of navigation. You can still do it, but you should reduce that effort, unnecessary wasting time, right? If you ask me, I tried different exercises like last couple of weeks, and I found data fixing is pretty good. And ChatGPT was very helpful because initially I was creating data manually, so I was having error. But then I found, oh, this is the best way to fix it through ChatGPT, and it is working fine. And data creation also I created through ChatGPT also. So now, question?
Sure, I want to know how many records could ChatGPT clean in a data set before it?
Good question. Good question. ChatGPT say if you want free, they give you around 20. But if your account means free account. If you have account, then you go up to 50. So they give you, if you know Python, they give you a Python program. In case if you can say, hey, give me the 20, give me a Python program to generate that, and then you can copy the program and run it. Then you can create millions of records. But ChatGPT itself will not give you millions of records. It kind of stop at 20. But if you have paid account, you may be able to get more. 20 is good enough for our exercise. One of the program which I created means you can ask like ChatGPT, like example, just going here. I need, let's example, I need 500 records. Right? So if I ask, it will give me Python program. So it's kind of, it's a, hey, log into your account, and then I'll give you, otherwise it will be a Python program. So sometimes it gives you like that, or it can give Python program. Pretty smart. Why would I give you if you can generate this thing? So those who know Python program, make use of it. Again, I don't want to scare you. You don't need that 500 records. Yeah. Right now, we are good. At this moment, we're going to click on setup. So let's click on setup. So setup is not going, so we'll go to objects, object manager here. Let's do setup from here. So click here, and then we'll go to setup. Make sense? Anytime you have a problem, you go to here, setup, and we're gonna start here. At this moment, your screen will refresh and you are here. What we are trying to do is we are going to create an application. Based on my application is a bank. So I'm trying to create a bank application because customer and customer account. So okay. In order to create an application, there is a called app manager. So if you search app, and say manager. I hope you can search app manager. Yes, sir?
Yes.
In app manager, there are beautiful things are there. So spend some time. So click on app manager. When you do the project, you think about the domain which you're interested in. I gave you lots of hint in Google Class and the forum also. You can create your bank application. I don't think you can add more if you do bank, but you can do like traffic systems. Maybe you can do movie systems. Maybe you can say airport systems, library management system, whichever domain you like, but create 7 tables like that. So here the process remains same for your project. So now we are having 2 options. We are going to create new Lightning app. Last week we talked about there's a concept called classic app. but we are not using classic app because Lightning app is pretty simple, powerful, and easy, right? So let's click on new Lightning app. So when you click on it, you will get this option. Now, anytime you have options, good idea to give a name. So we'll say application name is My Bank. And whatever names you want, description, bank, customer, and account info. Now here I need an image, and because I use Windows, I can use snip tool to come up with the bank logo. I don't have a logo. See, right now I'm showing you all. In case if you're not able to do, it's not a big deal. You can watch the recording later. It's not going to stop you. We are just trying to give a spice, right? So here, I'll go back to the any browser. So I have Google Chrome, no problem. I'm going to search bank logo. I'm going to search bank logo and see if I can get a bank logo. I got a bank logo. I like that logo, right? Bank logo, whichever you like. You use snip tool. Now snip tool, you can search on your computer. So you can search on your computer snip like that. In case if you don't have it, snip, and you can get a snip tool. Windows user will have it, snip tool. And once you have it, you get a new, you click on a new, right? Once you have new, you can just draw a square on the logo, and that logo you are captured. Draw square, so your logo is captured. Once logo is captured, you're going to save this thing under download folder. So file, 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 save as, and I'm going to give a name bank. Keep the extension. You don't have to remove the extension. So here my extension will be bank.gpg. No problem. So I'm going to save. So I just captured the bank logo with snippet. If you do not know, watch recording, no problem. But this snip tool is pretty powerful. You just click on file, new snip, draw square, get the logo. Once I have logo, if you don't have a logo, no problem, it will still work. But I want to give a little spice. So click on upload now and pick a logo which you just select. So it will look good. It will look good. Okay. Now everything looks good. This is what my application will look like. Please understand. Salesforce comes with many applications, which is called default application. Salesforce gives you create application, which is called custom application. And Salesforce gives you marketplace, which is called app exchange. Speak with me. So in interview, people might ask questions. Hey, how you get the application? So there are three ways. One is Salesforce by default give you. Second, you create it. And third, you buy it. Now, many times when you buy, some app exchanges are free. You can use it. So many times people use, and they try and then buy it. Licensing you may need to pay. But most of the time you will do mix match. So something you will build it, something you will use it, and something you buy it. I have not seen any place where you always build it. Why would I build if somebody has done better than me and I can get in $10, $100, $1,000? Make sense? Why would I invest hundreds of thousands? So point is buy, build, or leverage. Some specific thing which you are trying to do may not be available. In that case, you build it, but try not to build something which is available. So example, weather report, example, traffic, example, news, example, stocks. There are so many things available. Use it. They charge very fractional cost. Make sense? So right now we have my bank and do next. Right? We are not changing anything. With this one, standard navigation, no problem. Setup, no problem. We'll do next. Here, utility. In utility, it's very important that you, in utility, what you are trying to do. So see the picture first, so you will understand. Whatever you are adding here, it will show up under footer. So anything specific thing you want to be displayed all the time, then utility would be better. So for us, we are going to use add utility. And in this add utility, let's see what we're going to select. So I'm just checking. Let's click on to-do list. So I click on to-do list. So you can see as I add, as I add utility added to-do list. Let's add one more utility. Let's here. Let's do. I click on recent items. So that is also added. So now that's good enough. You can always add more if you want to. So I added two items, recent item and to-do list, because it's easy for me to navigate. Easy, easy. Now let's go to next. This portion is very important. Anytime you're lost Remember, this is your savior, because you are now creating an application with the pages. So the steps work like this way. Application has many pages. Application has many pages, and pages are nothing but linked with object, and these are nothing but database object. You create a customer with data and all. Make sense? So anytime you want to add something, change something, you come. In Salesforce, everything is object. So when you create a page, how the page will look like, so Salesforce gives you option called tab. So we create a tab. So if you want to add another tab in the future, you can come here and add any tab you want. So right now, we are creating 3 tables. But let's say I want to add a bank. I need to come here. I need to add a page. I need to add a tab. Let's say I want to create transaction. I need to come here, add a page, tab. So you will come often here. So remember this place you will come often. Make sense? So there are few places, if you do not know, you will be spending a lot of time. But this is area where you will be coming often. So right now, I have 2 tables, so I'll just search my. So if I search my, I have both table, right? So I'm going to click here and next, and click here and next. So this arrow allows me to select this table, and then I click on this and it will show up. Easy?
Yes.
While I'm doing that, I also want to take a little bit futuristic view, because I want to teach you reports and dashboard. So reports and dashboards is also available here. So I'm going to click on reports and I'll click here and tab it, and dashboard. Why? Because I don't want to come back again later, because I know I will be using it. Good enough? Sometimes, if you know something, just complete that time so you can speed up that. You can see that in 3 hours, I'll develop working application. If someone spend like 7 or 10 days or maybe 2 months, they can do decent application. So that most of the Salesforce projects are less than few months. So it's like a specific segment. I think Friday, we started Scrum. I'm hoping you might have joined. In Scrum, there is a concept called epic, story, and task. Epic is big ticket item. Normally in Salesforce, epic can be done in 1 month to 2 months. Stories are normally a week or 2, so it's not too long. And tasks you can do daily. Good news, 0 coding. So there is no way you can say this is hard. The only thing hard is the thought process that we are learning in classroom. Okay. So at this moment we have report, we have dashboard. Let's see if we have other thing here. Do I have home? Yeah, I home. I'm going to click home page. You see this home? Nice, beautiful home. There are many home pages. I don't know why. Which one will say? I'm going to take this one and then add it here. Good.
I like the way we have arranged it.
You can move it around. You can move it around. If you want to move it around, you click here and then up arrow, down arrow. You can do so. Like at home, just up arrow like that, and you can move it around. You select and then use arrow. Yes.
So are the selected items on the screen like conceptually similar to a screen flow where if this pops up, you'll be able to navigate?
No, these are tabs. These are tabs.
Okay.
This is not a flow. We have not covered flow. Flow is very different. It's a little bit longer process. Flow will take approximately 30 minutes. But this is not a flow. This is tabs. You will see in 2 minutes, you will see. Good. So far, so good.
Yes.
Now I'm going to do next. Now it is asking me available profiles. So this is very important, that profile means who can see what, who can do what. That's the kind of permissions. You can create profile, but Salesforce gives you built-in profile, which is good enough. So we're going to scroll down all the way down and we'll select 2 profile for our job. One is a standard user and system admin. System admin should be good enough because you are logging as a system admin, but standard user means anybody can log in, they can see. Make sense? Again, choice is yours, who can see what, when, and how. Based on your company, you will define the profile. Role and profiles are different. Managers, like it's a role. In a company, whatever you title you give is a role. And that some manager may have system admin permission, some manager may have standard user, so you can mix match. Profile is a Salesforce concept. It's nothing but grouping with a particular permissions. You can change permissions, you can anytime. Now we're good. Was it hard? Application is up and running. So at this moment, I want to say congratulations. We just completed second step completely. At this moment, we are done. Now let's launch our applications. So when we launch our applications, we'll see anytime you want to launch application, you're going to go here and you're going to search search, you want to search. What is our application name? Bank. So you can search bank and you can see nice logo is visible. Beautiful. I love it. Yes or no?
Yes.
So you click on that. So when you click on my bank, you will see that nice logo. And these are the tab, which give me thumbs up if you understand what tab means now. Give me thumbs up. Right?
Yes, yes.
All the tabs we created. You guys agree on that?
Yes.
So this tab allows me access to my data. Was it hard?
No.
Right? Application is functional, almost done. Right? We are adding goodies on top of that, but your application is all done. How do you know that? Very simple. You click on this tiny arrow of customer account. Click on tiny arrow of customer account and look for all records, and you will see all records. Right? You will see all records. You guys see that? Because we got the data. Pretty good. Love it, right? Same thing, you click on here, my customers, right? You click on my customer and say all records, and you will see all records for that. So your data is there. Good. Now, let's say I want to do some entry just for learning purpose. Let's say I want to do some entry. So if I want to do some entry, because we have loaded data. So this number is uniquely created by Salesforce. But let's say I want to create an entry, customer entry. So let's do just for learning purpose. So let's click on new. And when you click on new, you have this thing, right? Now this, if you want to change this thing, you have to go to layout page. So I'm going to show you that. You will need to understand certain navigation, then you feel comfortable. Are you understanding?
Yes. Yes.
The layout right now is a vertical 1 column layout. So we're going to do 2 column layout. Sometimes it doesn't refresh that fast. So it's very important that you play around. I'm going to see that sometime it does not refresh very quickly. So you have to play around, but let's get started. So this is the same problem you will see here. So if you go to my customer, and all records, right? My customer, all record. And if you do new, it's a 1 column layout, right? So question is, how do I make it? Because this is a lot of space available. I'm not using it. How do I use it? Very simple. So for that, we are going back to our previous step. We have the object. We can go to here, object manager, and then setup. Say yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Some of the things I feel they could have done a little bit better, but they are hidden. This tab is a little hidden, so play around. So click on here, setup. So we are done. So we are in setup. Now, what we are trying to change, first, understand the objective. Objective is very simple. I'm going to close this. There's no need. Objective is very simple. When I do new, how do I use this space? Right? I want to change the layout. So changing page layout. Speak with me. Now, page layout, changing page layout is interesting because it is not that straightforward. So you came to object manager. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now here there is concept called builder, lightning app builder. So search builder. Do you see lightning app builder here?
Yes.
You see lightning app
Yes.
builder. Make sure you always use lightning app builder. Now every page, every object, we should have a page, and then we'll play around. So lightning app builder. So I click on the app builder. When you come here, you won't see your page because we have not created it, right? So if you have not created, please pay attention. Lightning app builder. Lightning app builder, you click here, and then first we're going to create new object. So we're going to create a new. For our 2 pages, we'll create one by one, both objects will create. So first, how did I come here? I went to setup and then object builder. Setup, object builder, lightning app builder, and then you're going to click on new. So when you click on new, it will ask which object you want to play around. So click on new. So when you click on new, it will give you the options. This is like this. Yes, sir. Always select record page because that is where you are playing around. So record page. Right. Now in record page, you're going to say next. Now here you write the name of the page. So here, let's say I want to do my customer. So I'll say my customer. I normally keep the same thing because it's my customer page if you want, or you just say my customer, doesn't matter technically speaking. Label is just label, right? So my customer page, but object has to be accurate. So my customer, so I'm selecting. Please understand, this one will be display which page you have, and this is the real object. So we are doing that. And say next. Now here, what type of layout you want? Like there are many layouts available. So you can see this picture. So here you can have option here, option here, option here, whichever layout you want. Right? Choice is yours. So let's example, I say header and right sidebar. I'm just using this thing. Good. This is very important that you all use a similar format, because when we use flow, please understand, when we use flow, I will use flow here. So you will understand what's going on. Make sense? This is our object will be something here we'll add, but this is where I will add flow later. At this moment, remember this thing, because I also forget sometimes. Right? Yes, sir? Okay. So we use header around, so done. So right now we have this page. So what we are going to do on top, I will say action launcher. I'll just drag and drop action launcher. And on this middle part, I'll say record details. So we'll say record details, right? And I'm not doing flow right now because I do not know that flow yet, but I'm keeping that option available. Later we'll come back. That way you will have an opportunity to understand. Make sense or no?
Yes.
You can see right now this concept we have here, it's entire thing movement, but I'm going to change in few minutes, so we'll see that. Okay. Please understand, whenever you make a change to layout, you do need to activate it. By default, it is not activated. So you have to activate it. So now I'm going to do save. Right? A couple of times we have to come back like that. So when I save it, it says activate. So I'm going to activate it. Right? Now it asks where you want to activate. I'm just saying default and just say close it. That's fine. So right now, good. We have one page. Which page we created? We have one page layout. Similar layout we will create for each page. You can have different layout. What that mean? Let me explain. Right now, I create for customer. Yes, sir. So if I click on here, if I click on this link, the page right now looking like this. You can see that this is one, this is this. So this is where our flow will come, because that's what we selected. This is where our action launcher will come, and this is when record comes. If you want to add something more, you can do as also. So right now, let's say I want to have related record. So if I do related record, and if I can plug here a little bit, so I can see related record will show up here again. Is invalid right now because let me delete this 1 second. There is a record detail. 1 second. Related record, because there is no relationship with this point. Let's say I want to do rich text box just like that. So I'm going to put it here just beneath that. Okay. So let's see here. That should be nicely. You can plug it in. So you can see rich text box will show up here. You can massage. You can add more. Like example, recent item also you want to bring it here. You can bring here and just add a little bit. So recent will be there. And I want to make sure my flow is here. And flow will come later because we do not add flow yet. Anything else you want, like example, activities. So you can make it here. So I'm going to just activities. You see what I'm trying to do is I'm creating a page, how the page will look like, right? Right now, we just make a change again. So we'll save it and we activate it. So it's activated. So I'll activate this.
So why my activities are not working down?
Right? Go down and close.
Like we need the standard layout.
This one?
So
You have to drag and drop. When you drag and drop, you will get a blue color type of thing. Then you release. So this part is good.
Save it, the activation will be done automatically.
Yeah. So when you do save here, right? When you save no activation, you have to click on it.
Okay.
So when you click it, by default, See, by default, it's assigned to org. So by default, assigned to org, right? And then you can say this desktop or phone. I'll do both. So assign, let me repeat one more time. When you do save, it doesn't activate. So you come here, you save it, right? First, you make sure you save. Then you do activation. We will select org default.
Okay.
Click on it, and then select desktop and phone. Desktop and phone. And say next, and just save it. So right now you activate it, right? We want to check it out. So if you go to my customer, right now this is my customer, and I'm going to refresh this page. Sometimes it takes time, but if it works properly, you will see page will refresh. Do you guys agree? Now look at that. I added activities. I have rich text box. Do you agree? So the page layout is changing, right? But still, record layout is not changing. So this is I made for one. You got the idea. You can do that same thing for other also, right? But right now I want to change this thing. So in order to change this, there is a technique you need to follow. So let's go back here. Now, first things first, I'm gonna say I came out. So you need to go back to the lightning page. No, not here, sorry. We'll go to object managers. So here, search object manager. Object manager. Say yes. Object manager. Make sure everyone search object manager. Object manager. And when you click on object manager, you will have options for objects. Right? I'm going to teach one, but you can understand that without any difficulty. When you come here, it's a good idea to do last modifier. Sort based on last modifier, so your object will come up. Yes, sir. And then I'm going to select my customer, so I'm going to edit that. I'm going to add it. You see how navigation is? So if you are not very clear, you will be lost, right? So make sure you understand what you are trying to do. Layout change. If record layout change, you have to go to object manager. Page layout change, you have to go to Lightning App Builder. So page layout, App Builder, record layout, object manager. Now I do edit. So when I click on edit, I have this information. Now here, I will go and check the page layout. So click on page layout. So when I click on that, I have information here. My customer layout. Yes, sir?
Yes.
Now you click on it. Now here, you have to scroll down. Your object, all objects, you can see that it's in one column. Yes, sir? So we're going to drag and drop and try to adjust the column size and all like that way. Adjust that so it look like a 2 column. Make sense? So far, so good. Everyone is good.
Yes.
Just drag down. Now you're going to save it. So at this moment, it is saved. At this moment, if it's properly refreshed, it should show up. So if I do Control-Shift-Refresh, then it should show up 2 layouts. If not, we have to play around. Sometimes it takes a little time, but it should show up. So, did you guys see that? I have to do 2 times refresh, but give me thumbs up if you're able to do so. Yeah, but you can pay attention. You can have Windows machine. Right? If you prefer to use Windows machine, you can do that, but you can. That's fine. Make sure you partner with someone, so at least you can see that. Good. Are you guys able to see? When I refresh, Control-Shift, I refresh 2 times. Control-Shift and I refresh page. If you don't, first time it doesn't work properly, so I do Control-Shift-Refresh and it will show up. Make sense? Give me thumbs up. At least anyone is able to see or no?
No.
Yeah?
Yeah, no.
Control-Shift-Refresh. Hold Control-Shift and refresh. It will show up after a few minutes. People on phone, are you guys able to refresh? No? Yes? No? Did anyone get that? No?
No.
It may come back. Let's do the for other page quickly. So it should not be a problem. So now let's go to Object Manager. Please follow Object Manager. Then you will do last modified. This time I'm going to do my customer account, edit, my customer account, edit. Yes, sir. Now, same concept will follow. We'll go to page layout. Click on page layout. When you click on page layout, in page layout, you're going to click on your page, which you are trying to do alignment. Click on that. Now, if you scroll down, same concept, right? Everything is in one column. So you can drag and drop like that. Right? I just keep like balance and open date. Right? Make sure you align properly. Whichever, these are my columns. These are I drag and drop. Now let's click on save. So when you click on save, it may become proper saving. Please understand, I save the record. But if I go to applications, I'm going to click on my customer account. And if I click on what we call all records, and then I click on this link. Okay. At this moment, for me, right away it shows up. Yes or no? So it's a refresh issue. Sometime it happens. Any questions? Right? Congratulations. The pages are working, right? The pages are working. So we just change this thing. Good. So now we are moving to the validation rule. So what is validation rules? When I enter something, I want to check before I add. So in order for us to do this exercise, very simple, first understand the concept. Make sure you see on the screen, because more time we pay attention, easier it will become. Both page looks good, right? Now this one also looks good. Okay. So now I wanted to go my customers and I want to add new customers. So if I have my customers, right, I have options to new customers. Yes or no? So my customer, new customers. So if I click on new customers, I get this thing. Now, please understand, when I'm entering these informations, let's say, not this one, let's see. Let's say my customer account. Let's do new because I want to know dollar amount. This one has dollar amount, right? So like example, just first understand the problem. So then you will understand validation rule. So let's say my customer account. So here, I'm just giving a name. So ABC 1, 2, 3 for time being. That's the account ID. And I'll say 1, 2, 3 because we loaded the record. That's why we have type. Type is let's say saving. I should have done drop down box, but because we loaded the data, remember we loaded the data, it took as a string, not a pick list. But we could have deleted and create that if we need to, but right now that's fine. Now balance, if I do -5, it will allow. Do you agree on? Sorry? It right now it will allow because there is no validation rule as such, right? Yes or no? So if I try to do save, it will take it. Try, one of you try save. Is working? Yes, no. Save it. It's working, right? I don't want to save right now, but you are. It will allow. Why? Because there is no brain there. So we need to add a brain. Give me thumbs up if you're understanding what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Because no one in the world should have a balance -5, right? And that is not right. So system doesn't have a brain. That's called validation. In order to do validation, it's pretty easy. It will hardly take 5 minutes if you pay attention. Ready? So first thing, it's a record related thing. So where should I go?
Record manager.
There is no record manager. Object manager, right? Object manager. Then you have to go to that particular object. Which object we are talking about?
Customer.
My customer account. So first object manager, then go to that object, and in that object we'll add a validation, right? So I'm going to cancel this step right now. We'll go to use my tab and I'll go to here, click here, and let's go to setup. From setup, we'll go to object manager, setup, object manager. So object manager, and in object manager, find that objects. So everyone knows, right? We have been doing back and forth navigation. So be careful. In object manager, I always like to do like last modified. So I get my account first, right? Now I'm going to click on edit. Everyone should know that. A few minutes back we were there, right?
Yes.
So when you click on edit, here we came to that object. And here we'll do two exercises. First exercise we are doing validation. So if you scroll down, there is a validation rule you will see. See yes? Say yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? This is the validation rule. So every object will have its own validation rule. Easy. Yes or no? So in case when you do project, at least add a few validation rules. In your project, something will be there. So example, in library, if you have work library, they have a validation rule. How many books you can check out? How many DVDs you can check? Simple product. By the way, when you go to library, Schaumburg library, I used to watch lots of movies. So I take 11, 12, what do you call it, DVDs, all brand new DVDs, nation movie. So what happens if I take 12 or maybe more? No one else can get that, right? So they have a rule. I think they allow 11. They allow only 11 checkout. And I need to watch more. Sometimes I watch 3 movies when I was not teaching this way, right? So if I want more, so I got 3 times 7, 21 movie I need. I can watch 3 movies in every day. So they don't allow. So what should I do? Common sense. What should I do?
Return it and take the new ones.
So that is one way.
One more library.
My daughter card, my son card, and my wife card. So now I have 4. So I can have more 44 movies. So this is the practice we use, right? But business rules always have some loopholes. So you need to understand. Then you should have another rule per family, how many check out. Make sense or no? So again, if your validation rule is not correct, it will create a problem later on. Because this is data-driven exercise, right? And data-driven exercise, it has a high validation rule. So let's click on validation rule. So when you click on validation rule, right now 0 rule. So let's do add new. So first it is asking rule. I'll say balance. Sorry, let's write negative balance. Negative balance rule. Negative balance, because I don't want people to have negative balance. Please. Now here, if you write some instruction, I'm going to copy the same thing. So I don't have to write anything. Now here, it's giving me example what you need to write a rule. So here, if somebody try less than 0, less than equal to or less than equal to 0 is still okay. You can create an account with 0 balance and you can say within 7 days you can deposit, right? But negative is not, right? So if you guys know, right? You can open a bank account with $0, but then if they give you time, like within 1 month, you know, $100, something like that. So now I want to add a rule. So very simple. There are 2 options available: insert field or operator. So here I'm going to click on insert field, click on insert field, and then look for the balance column, click it. So you can bring that in here. So you can see here, insert, click on balance, and then insert, right? And then it should come in. Now here you can say balance less than 0, that's error. Here you write error only. You only write error. You do not write anything else. Balance less than C. But I don't type. I select this. Why? Because you see underscore C and all. Those are important aspects. I may not be able to remember that. That's why I always select it. In case if you want to do like a length check, if you want to do that, then you can use function also. So you can use like function, like example length. Like first name has to be like 6 character. Like so, like can say length and then first name, right? And then you can say if it is less than 6 characters, suppose, then we can say error. Right? Sometimes people write first name A, not meaningful, right? So you can combine function and column, function and column. So right now looks good. Now here I need to write pop-up a message. I'll say here error message. What user should say? So I'll say negative balance is not allowed. I'm giving information. Hey, this is not allowed. You know that negative balance is not allowed. Now you have 2 choices. You want to show the error location top on page or field. So let's say I'm going to select on field. Again, that field on what specific field there are selecting balance. Pretty easy. Make sense? Save it. Do you think this is hard? Now check it. First, you have to refresh. Just want to make sure things works properly. So always do Control Shift and refresh, because it takes a little time, but then you're fine. So we are going to insert one record. So we'll say my account customer, right? I'll say new, right? You can click new here or new, doesn't matter. Now try to enter minus and see. Give me thumbs up if it works. Okay, if it doesn't work, then you have to figure it out, right? So we'll say ABC123, right? And I'm gonna do an opening date here. Let's say I open today. And if I try to do save, hey, look at that, it works. You guys agree? Now, same thing you can apply the rules also, right? You can say, you know what, name must be required, or this has to be like this, like that. You can define. Any questions so far? Easy. Okay. So now, here, let's say example, you write something like you keep it empty. Right now, see type is like this. Listen carefully. Hello, hello, hello. See this type is empty. Let's say I change this to 550, and it should allow, right? Now, if I save it, it will allow because type is not required. So now I'm going to add another rule because we are there already. That type is required, though it is not required here. So programmatically we'll write. Right? So let's go back to our tab where we were there. I think one of the tab we were there. Where? Yeah, here, right? This is the rule, right? This is our negative rule. So we'll click here. We'll click here. So we'll be able to add another rules. So we are here. Then we'll scroll down. Then we'll go to validation rules. Easy. See, guys, in education, one thing I can tell you, if you pay attention, the maximum thing you can do, because this is like, you see how long it takes, minutes. The person who is working, average hourly rate is $100. Some people road is 150, 60. If you're a consultant, you mean this type of. Some of you are working on different field, like maybe medical, accounting, taxing. You will be working hard and you never be. What I'm trying to say, invest time in a maximum value addition. Don't just, because we have limited life. Okay. Click on validation rules. Now in validation rule, click on new. So we are new. This time we want to add a new rule that type is required. So we'll say account type. Account type is required. Account type is required. Now, here I want to know what is account type. So here I want to see, is there a function I can use? So if I use, say I have length is there, and do I have a string? Or I can use directly. Let's try one easy way. We'll see, right? So insert field, and we have type, right? I click on type and insert. I'll say type equals to null. See if that works out. Null means empty, right? So type equals to null. Okay. If this doesn't work, then I'll use length type C, and then equals to, if it is 0, right? I can do that as well. Now scroll down and I'll say the account type is required. Account type is.
If you are doing equal to null,
Uh-huh.
it will take any character.
Always think about error. Yeah.
Okay.
Always think about error. If you don't enter, it will. If you want to check that saving or checking, then it's another rule. Each rules are separate. Try not to combine multiple rules, right? Save. So that's this time done. Now, if I try to save it here, like you can see mine, try to save it because my rule is there. I have not entered anything here. I'm saving. If it works, you will save. Hey, look at it. Please.
Oh, it's like if we do any character, it will take for
There's another rule. You can say that account type either this or this, right? If it is not there,
right two validation rule or one.
normally I would pick list. to solve that problem, I would use pick list, and pick list means only they have two options, right? Checking, saying, because right now we imported the data. In real life, I would do pick list. If I have not done pick list, then I would write a rules. Good.